told him, now you're gonna see.
Maybe uploading it, that'd be great.
My Richard was a restless soul, and so we moved around a lot, following the bodywork trade, of course. Sometimes we ran our own shops. He did the bodywork and painting, and I was the detail person and the bookkeeper. We had fine adventures along the way, and some close calls together too. Now, like any marriage, we had our ups and downs. We had disagreements. Well, both hard-headed and pig-headed, so. But we got through that. So we had disagreements. I don't want to call them fights because I like to refer to them as intense conversations. No screaming, breaking things, and name-calling. More like loud voices, sulking, door slamming, and the silent treatment. It's true that his cars were his passion. In the mid-1970s, during one of our stays in Reno, because we moved back and forth several times, he bought a wrecked 1965 Mustang convertible. Now, he was a talented guy, so he made it beautiful again and gave it to me. Oh, I loved that car. When I was alone, I would put the top down, turn the radio to full blast, and go fast. One early morning, he sat up in bed and he says, "I'm selling your car." And me, I'm half asleep. Why? What? And he said, "I dreamed you had a wreck and killed yourself. I'm selling your car." No argument changed his mind. So that was the end of my baby blue Mustang. Cars, trucks, vans, and travel trailers flowed through our life like a metal river. I learned not to get too attached to any of them because they never stayed with us for very long. He loved them all, at the beginning, at least. And then something newer, older, better, or more interesting would come along and he couldn't resist. Out with the old and with the new. That's what we did. Camping and exploring Nevada's outback was high on our list of favorite things. One time we were camped in the High Rock Canyon in northern Washoe County. We had kids, dogs, friends. We had bumped around the desert all day and ate our share of dust. We had a swell camp dinner, and now it was dark and we sat around the fire laughing and talking about the day. It was beautiful, clear summer night. One of our friends had a radio and managed to pull in a radio station somewhere that was playing an old radio adventure. I don't recall the show, but the sound was so clear. So we listened to the show sitting around the fire. The fire attracted night bugs, which in turn attracted the bats that lived in the cliffs, and they would swoop down and snatch up the bugs. It was magical. We had a lot of trips like that. Richard took life as it came. If family or friends needed a helping hand, he was there. When family and friends fell on hard times, they came to stay a while from time to time and then move on. Richard loved his family no matter what. And having grandchildren just made him smile all over his face. When my brother's marriage imploded while he was serving his tour of duty in Japan, his daughters, 13 and 16, plus 3 cats, came to live with us for a while. Richard took that in stride. The girls loved going to the store with Uncle Richard because he let them buy snacks and junk. You know, in a marriage, it's the little things that count. And Richard was good at the little things. If it was cold, he would build the fire since he was an early riser. He would make the coffee and feed whatever critters lived with us at the time. He would take the trash to the dump and also did a lot of the grocery shopping since grocery shopping is very low on my priority list. When he got tickled, he was screamingly funny. Quick with a joke or a one-line zinger that would just have you falling all about the place. Since he was out and about more than I was, he was my town newspaper. Once in a while, he would roll into the house with a twinkle in his good eye and say, "Want to hear a good one?" We teased each other mercilessly. I kidded him about never missing an episode of The Secret of Oak Island. He gave me a royal razzing and made gentle, disparaging remarks about my secret addition to Say Yes to the Dress. We had a lot of fun. That being said, Richard could make me madder faster than any human on the planet. But we got through that. And lest you think he was perfect, he never got over hanging his dirty clothes on the floor. The last thing he did for me was put up a sturdy 3-wire clothesline. I was thrilled, but I think he just got tired of me hanging the laundry on the barbed wire fence. And you gotta love a guy like that. Richard was a part of my life for over 50 years. He wasn't just my husband. He was my friend, companion, and my partner. I consider myself a fortunate woman, and I will miss him all the rest of my days. And I'm just so happy to see you all, and thank you all so much.
There's only one story that was like,
Hot second, how are you?
so it's like, okay, I can do that.
We want to celebrate that he's in the arms of Jesus.
Children. To say that Richard's family was he children. To say that Richard's family was he.
Of course, these are my sons. This is my
Terrible, because my eyes have just been watering all morning.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell my birthdays.
Toys, from mini bikes to go-karts.
Introduced my brother and Edie.
And here's the first story.
Gone away, his journey's just begun.